Very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David. On what is now a pretty blustery evening. We had torrential rain this morning, and now we've just got blustery westerly. It's backed. It was a northerly, I think, this morning with the rain, but backed now, and it's only about 15 to 20 knots. The barometer is 1013.8, 16 degrees, somewhat colder than when we talked last night, and 25% cloud cover. Just a bit of news before we start calling in the boats. We have a change in our OCR. The official cash rate dropped 50 points today in New Zealand, so the interest rate is now 4.75, so that will be good for anybody with loans. Hurricane Milton is taking all of the news. It is a really, really strong hurricane heading to Florida. It's wobbling around and they don't really know exactly where it's going to hit. It could be anywhere between Tampa and Naples, Fort Myers area, very wide area, and the storm surge is huge, 15 to 18 feet. And basically they're telling people if they don't evacuate, and the roads are really, really clogged, that they should put their name on their leg in indelible ink. That shows you how serious the situation is going to be for all those low-lying houses that are there with that storm surge, which will just take everything in its wake. The Manawanui, the ship, the $100 million ship that is now sitting in 30 metres of water. We're getting some facts now on the news. They have got the black box. Evidently, ships have a black box similar to what they have in the airlines, and that has been removed, and it's taking its way to New Zealand at the moment. It's got 1,000 tonne of oil on it, and they did show some pictures, although they reckon that oil is not leaking.
It's diesel oil.
Is it diesel oil? Okay, diesel oil, but they did show some a turtle sort of flopping around with a very oily looking mix of seaweed and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be a fairly major problem to sort out, but at least the ship is not too deep in the water, so they should be able to handle the 100 foot or so that it's sitting in. Okay, well, we've got Carrera on the go today, but Scoots is breathing down the neck of the top of the North Island. Scoots, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, Scoots, copy.
Yeah, I do. It's a bit crackly on the airwaves tonight, but at least we've got good copy on this frequency, better than we have on the higher frequency in the morning. Go ahead, Daryl, over.
Hi, David. We've been through the course and got a bit of a freshwater watch. We're now at 34311 south, 174 degrees 02 east, a course of 175 true, 7 knots, ETA Opua, dawn tomorrow. Currently got a true wind of southwest, about 15 knots. Copy.
Yeah, well, I hope you're bringing us some warm temperature. It's getting a bit brisk down here. Scoots, after their good clean wash, they'll be certainly not upsetting anybody with anything growing on the top of the boat. Anyway, 3411 south, 17402 east, 175 true course at 7 knots. And we've got wind there at the moment of, gosh, I've just turned the page, wind at the moment of southwest 15. Interesting, we've still got it west here after the torrential rain we got here. I went up to Orewa and went to Countdown up there, and half of the, when I came out, half of the car park was awash. Don't know how deep it was, but fortunately I wasn't in that area. So I bet Carol's got all of the winter woolies out for you. Over.
Yeah, it's been a distinct change in temperature today, so multiple layers and hats. Over.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. It's a bit of a pain, isn't it, finding woolly things to put on when you've been away in the tropics for so long. All right, well, you're certainly, and you're back to going into Opua. It would be quite nice at dawn tomorrow, I would hope. Have you pulled
Yeah.
up the. Oh, I'll pass it to David. You probably got it yourself, but anyway, for others' interest, here's David.
Different models there. We're looking at Met Service now, and they're calling off Southwest 15, but variable 10 in the morning. So you're going to arrive in the morning. So let's hope that the winds will drop off considerably and not be so much on the nose. Later on, they're calling off southeast winds, 15 knots, which wouldn't hurt you if you got delayed a little bit. So there you go. I'm not sure if you mentioned what your cloud cover or precipitation was. I'd be interested in knowing that. I'd be interested in knowing when you received the front also. Over.
We're through the rain. We had most of the rain around, I think, midday to 1 o'clock. And went through. But yeah, we're sailing in relatively flat, or relatively calm water, and looking forward to being in those waters tomorrow.
Yeah, oh well, you'll be one of the early runners. I'm sure they'll give you lots of swift attention. So, yeah, good time to arrive and just settle in and get sorted out and relaxed. So, I guess you'll just get yourselves organised and make the slow trip down as the weather permits, over.
Yeah, we're hoping to work our way down over the coast over the weekend. Make our way to get home, over.
Yep, roger that. Okay, oh well, good to have talked to you, and hopefully all goes well with the arrival and clearance tomorrow. So there you are, back in the land of chilliness, but oh well, it is pretty normal for October, isn't it?
Unfortunately, the wind's going to go.
Oh, hang on, he says.
Well, I just tell you, in case you didn't get all your jackets out, the wind is definitely going to be south to southwest for the next couple of days, and that is going to bring some very, very cold evening temperatures. That is for sure. So we're preparing ourselves for that. In fact, it's pretty funny because I think it was yesterday we actually put the fireplace on, burned some logs. It was that cold. So anyway, be prepared for that.
Yeah, I think so. We might have to get the diesel heater on board now, right?
Yeah, well, we actually put one on Chameleon after our last boat because we had 1 year we arrived, and the first thing we did was put Runaway, as it was at the time, on a mooring. We went into Pahia. We surveyed the available motels for one that had electric blanket, spa bath, and good heating. We stayed there for a few days. So yeah, it's always a shock to the system, and that's why we put our diesel heater on the new boat. All right, you guys, well, have a good arrival. You've had a good fast trip, so I bet that you're not complaining too much about the diesel use. At least you got here in decent conditions. All right, we'll clear with Scoots and see if we can find Carrera Gulf Harbour. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's really quite not as good tonight. We've had this sun flare, and it's not as strong as it has been, but I've got you reasonably well. So go ahead, Mike, over. Yeah, I've just turned off the preamp because I missed the degrees. I've got 17 degrees, but I missed the minutes, although you are coming through really well on the AIS, I might add. So, and 16739 east. If you could just give me the minutes, and I've got 8 knots. Could you give me your course as well, over? Yeah, so 5-4. Yeah, we don't need the decimals because it will have changed by the time we finish talking here. Okay, and what are the wind speed and direction? The wind, and also if you could comment on the sea conditions, Mike. Over. Okay, so it doesn't sound too bad, 1 to 1.5 meters. All right, yeah. Hopefully, conditions will be a bit better tomorrow. It's
I didn't get the wind.
quite difficult at the moment. The southeast wind there, but I didn't get the speed. I'll have a look. Just give it the wind speed a couple of times. Actually, David is interested. The wind speed. I think you said southeast, but I'm struggling with the copy at the moment. Over. Okay, got that. 12 to 15 and south to southeast, 12 to 15. Okay, well, you're doing a pretty good speed there, so all is looking pretty good on your course from Vanuatu to Bundaberg. Okay, I assume that all is well on board, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Over. Roger that. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know whether you're fishing, but we didn't get any reports of fish from scoots. So we'll see how you guys do. Okay, we'll clear with Carrera. Wind shift, by the way, half an hour ago. They earlier on reported that they had, where did I write it? Rolly seas, blue sky, and about 825 miles to go. They actually saw sailing yacht Pennygowan as well, and they're not on AIS, so that's good to know that all is well with Pennygowan. Wind shift at the moment are at 2256 south, 17536 east, doing a course of 180 true at 4.6, and they and a small group of boats actually for those that saw them all leave. They have Windfall, Tannet from Great Britain, Campero Australian just ahead of them on their port side, so got a bit of company out there, and they've got what looks like northeast winds if you believe the models, GFS that is. Okay, is there anybody else wanting to join us, make a comment or a question? Please call now. No, nothing heard except for the snap, crackle and pop as it is at the moment. So we'll talk to you all again tomorrow. Well, we won't talk to Scoots. They'll be resting up at Opua, maybe at the club having a nice cold one. But we'll talk to Carrera tomorrow. And I think there was another boat going. Oh no, that was next week. Okay, cheers everybody. The frequency is yours if you need it. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. We'll be clear.
Carrera should have a good sail.
Yeah.